Hi, I'm Adam Brooks Weber with another installation of The Merry Mystic. Glad you're here. Today I have a new song to share with you, a serious, contemplative song, and I have a problem that I'd like you to help me with. The song is a song about God using Trinitarian images. And I have to say, I'm not really a huge fan of Trinitarian theology. I'm a skeptic, as you know, and speaking as a skeptic, I'm very doubtful that anyone has such detailed information about God's internal structure. To me, the idea of the Trinity is sort of a conjecture and not really what you would call a theorem or a dogma that I would accept. At the same time, I'm a mystic, and speaking as a mystic, I encounter God as a mystery, and I don't want to reduce God to a kind of triangular diagram. Of course, there's plenty of mystery in the concept of the Trinity at its best. But I think that for some people it becomes a kind of idolatry. We imagine that when we say the words Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, we have God all figured out. Like that's God. God is two men and a bird. Even though I'm uncomfortable with the concept, the rational concept of the Trinity, I have to admit that it has great power for me as an image. For example, I'm a student of the Celtic traditions of Christianity, and those traditions are full of images of God in three. There's the old legend about St. Patrick using the shamrock, the threefold leaf of the shamrock, to teach people about God. There's the old tradition of the birth baptism, where the midwife would place 3 drops of water on the forehead of the newborn baby with a blessing as the baptism at birth. There's the imagery of the Celtic knot, a threefold Celtic knot. There's the grand old prayer of St. Patrick, the breastplate, the lorica of St. Patrick. I arise today through a mighty faith, the invocation of the Trinity, through belief in the threeness, through confession of the oneness of the Creator of creation, and so on and so on. But it seems like the Celtic imagination saw God in images of threes of things everywhere. It's a very powerful kind of image. And that's the basis of the song that I'm going to share with you today. This is a Trinitarian chant about God, but it uses a non-traditional image of the Trinity, not Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, but Mother, Child, and Breath of Life. So here's the first part. This is the part that imagines God as Mother, a creative song and singer. It goes like this. God creating song and singer, Mother God, ground of being, song and singer, Mother God. And then the idea is that it's a chant, and so you repeat that until it feels like it's time to stop. God creating song and singer, Mother God, ground of being, song and singer, Mother God. That's the first part. Then the second part is about the child, Mother, Child, and Breath of Life. The child, of course, in our tradition being Jesus. It goes like this. Jesus, connecting us, Jesus, protecting us, Jesus, directing us in His way, to love God, our Mother, and love one another like Jesus, our brother and Son of God. And then that also to be repeated until it feels like it's time to stop. The third part is the breath of life, imagining the Spirit of God as the breath of life. And it goes like this. Spirit guiding, moving, pleading, Spirit holy, hunger feeding, Spirit ever upward leading, breath of life and breath of God. And then that part to be repeated over and over. Spirit guiding, moving, pleading, Spirit holy, hunger feeding, Spirit ever upward leading, breath of life and breath of God. So then, as maybe you've already guessed, these three chants are written so that they harmonize together, so that they can all be sung at the same time and they sound good together. And my notion was that the sound of these three different parts forming together into one song would be a kind of auditory representation of the Trinity. And the experience of participating in the singing of it would help people to get to know that concept from the inside, as you might say. So I wrote this whole worship service for a denominational meeting in the United Church of Christ around this song, starting with readings and then a time for chanting the mother part, and then more readings and a time for chanting the child part, and more readings and a time for chanting the Spirit part, and then a time at the end for bringing them all together. And it was going swimmingly until I made this terrible mistake. And people were singing it really well, and I got carried away as usual, and I thought, well, everybody's singing this so well, let's try it as a round. And so I divided the assembly into three groups, and I thought, we'll sing this as a round, you know, like row, row, row your boat. And each group will sing the whole thing, Mother, Child, and Breath of Life, all the way through, but we'll start them at different times so that not only will we have the kind of Trinitarian song in the air, but we'll have movement as it moves from one set of voices to another. That was the idea. But of course, it failed. It was too complicated for people. They got lost, and the singing kind of petered out. And so I had to apologize and explain, reassure people that if they're totally lost in a song about the Trinity, that's probably, theologically correct, because you shouldn't ever think that you have the Trinity all figured out. But basically, the bottom line is, we tried this as a congregational round without a lot of practice, and that just didn't work. So that's my problem, and my question for you is, can you help me with this? What would you suggest? How would you use this piece of music? I think it would make a nice round, but it seems to me it has to be rehearsed in a choir in order for that to happen. I'd love to see it used in a way that the three different voices are physically located in different parts of the worship space, so that we not only have this sound of the three parts forming one song, but also the sense of movement as the voices move from one part of the space to the other, because I may not understand the Trinity all that well, but I'm pretty sure it's not static. So if we could have some kind of dynamic feeling of motion as it goes around, that would be cool. But something that will require rehearsal. Or maybe it could be used for congregational singing, but with 3 fixed parts. One group singing the mother part over and over, and another group singing the son part. That would be easier. Maybe a congregation could handle that. Or, I don't know, a trio of soloists or something like that. Let me know what you think, and if you try it, by all means, please let us all know how that works out for you. I've put the sheet music for the vocal parts in my free stuff area on adambrooksweber.com, so you can print this out. I've also put some music for piano accompaniments, although really the chord progression is so simple and so repetitive that I think a lot of musicians would be able to just improvise something. If you're watching this anywhere other than on adambrooksweber.com, please go over there. You can sign up for the Merry Mystic, and you can find the sheet music there and find a place to leave your comments. And while you're at it, even if you don't have comments about how to use this music in worship, I'm curious to know what you think of my Trinitarian ideas in this music. Is this too Trinitarian for you? Or is it maybe not traditional enough for you? Let me know. You will need to sign up for the Merry Mystic, my free weekly video letter, of which this is a series, one in the series. You'll need to sign up for it in order to access this music. You get a password to the free stuff area. So please do sign up, because I'd love to have you be part of the community, and if it doesn't turn out to be right for you, you can always unsubscribe and still keep the password. So now, thank you very much for sharing this time with me. May the mother, child, and breath of life keep you in motion and keep you playfully mystified. God bless you. Bye now.